Hi there, Isha here, and welcome to Higher Life TV, where I take concepts that are considered esoteric, spiritual, and new-agey, and show you how you can turn these into practical tools that can greatly improve the quality of your life. These teachings all serve to empower you in a way that you can start to make choices in your life that are deeply fulfilling, joyful, and help you move out of striving and start thriving. And in today's episode, I want to talk about true love. Now, this may seem a little strange. How does that really fit in personal empowerment or any type of self-work where we're really looking to create a better result for ourselves? True love sort of seems to be the story of fairy tales, something that we talk about but we don't really believe in. Yet I know myself, and for many of the clients that I've worked with, that seeking love is a primary driver of most of the actions that we take in our life. And I've come to understand that one of the primary drivers of dysfunctional relationships and enmeshment is seeking for love in all the wrong places. And seeking love in all the wrong places is how most of us do seek love. And that is in our romantic relationships, in our relationships with our family of origin. We usually seek it through our work, which might seem a little strange, but we're looking for that sense of being valued, that sense of recognition that we're worthy in our work. That is really part of modern life. In modern life, we've moved beyond seeking love or seeking stability or seeking worthiness in our tribe. We've gone out on our own, at least in a lot of modern countries. The path now is a personal path, a path of personal empowerment where you leave the tribe and you go out to find out who you can become when you really trust in your own way of being in the world. However, we're kind of in a transition period where, okay, we may no longer be really entrenched in that tribal mindset. We have this sense of the empowered mindset, this mindset which takes us out into the world in a way that serves our uniqueness. But it serves our uniqueness in a way that we're then able to contribute back into making a positive impact on the whole. So we're unique. We're a unique human being in a larger system of human beings. And we want our uniqueness to really be received in a positive way in the whole, right? So if we think about the tribe, we wanted to make a positive contribution to the tribe so the whole tribe could thrive, because we knew if the tribe thrived, we would thrive. We would be safe and secure and able to prosper in that little tribe system. But we've moved out of the tribal way of operating as human beings. We can't go back to that. We've moved into a more individualistic way of living our life. And one of the areas where this is really creating friction in the world is in our spiritual lives. I mean, we've moved out of the tribes materially, but now we're starting to move out of our tribal ways spiritually, which is we're no longer trusting in institutions or in dogmatic belief systems to guide our spiritual self, our creative self, our soul self. And that spiritual self is really our unique sense of being in the world. It's how do we feel truly good, well, empowered in ourself without having to compromise our uniqueness to make other people feel better or more powerful or to belong. And this is the old way. The old way was the tribe mattered more than anything else. So you didn't really take a lot of time to think about what your personal needs were. They were dictated by the tribe. You knew where you sat within the tribe and what was asked of you. And you didn't really want to think too much about anything else, because that could put you into conflict with the tribe and have you kicked out, and your survival would be truly threatened. But again, as I said, that doesn't happen anymore. Then it was spiritually and religiously we belonged to tribes, to religions, to belief systems which promised us salvation, promised to keep us safe and secure and happy and offer us guidance into the world. And what we've come to understand is any institution or belief system that is human driven essentially is a power, can facilitate power abuses or can somehow compromise your uniqueness in order, again, to follow a more generic way of thinking, believing, and acting. So a big call for this modern generation is to choose personal empowerment, to choose a deeply personal spiritual path that would then translate into a very personal material life. So the idea is, in the old version, we would go out into the world or into our tribes to participate and to contribute, to belong. And in that belonging, we would feel loved and cared for and appreciated and safe and secure, obviously in a very ideal environment. But that was kind of the mindset. You felt better internally by seeking that reassurance or that safety, that security, that recognition, that love, that belonging outside yourself in the tribe. And now what we're recognizing is, in order to truly feel fulfilled in our lives, we can no longer look outside ourselves. We need to turn away from that homogenized generic system and come back into our own inner intelligence, our own inner intuitive awareness. And every human being has access to that. So we're turning inwards and we're sensing, what is it within ourselves that we feel is missing, or what is it that drives that need to look outside ourselves in order for some kind of acceptance. I think that, we all know that we're looking for some way of being valued so that we can feel worthy. And when we feel worthy, we can then feel better about ourselves and have a higher level of self-esteem. So it all hinges on getting that hit from outside ourselves. And that drives our entire human experience, really. Even in the modern world, where we have more information and insight available to us, we are very, very driven to succeed in the external world, in our material world, in our relationships, so that we are recognized for it and valued for it and paid for it. And in that we feel worthy. And then when we feel worthy, we can finally feel some sense of deep inner peace and relaxation and contentment, because then we know we are truly loved. And that is very, very painful way to live your life, because you're asking other people and the outside world, who are all trying to do the same thing, to give you what you need when they're out busy trying to get what they need. So essentially we've become a species of people, or you can tell with the online world, we're all out there trying to get attention, trying to engage people to notice us and recognize us and include us. But if everybody is doing that, then no one is truly receiving or listening. We're too busy waiting for that recognition before we can then be available to truly give and receive love. And that is really what we all want, is to give and receive love. So this true love, this ability to love in a really honest, healthy and authentic way, it comes down to being able to meet your own internal need to truly express your uniqueness in the world. And the last 2 episodes I did were on the true self and unconditional love, which are building up to being able to create the right mindset and conditions for you to experience true love. How we usually go about seeking true love is really in our family of origin, that is from our parents, later through our romantic partnerships, our friendships, and later as parents we seek it out through our children. So we're really looking for what would be called a paternal romantic friendship type love. But if we want our sense of our self-esteem and our worthiness to come from these relationships, we enter into what is called a codependent relationship, or we become enmeshed. That is, our sense, our need to be valued, loved and considered worthy is given, the power is given over to the person that we're investing into, the relationship that we're investing into. And that creates all sorts of power struggles. And I'm sure we're all very familiar with the power struggles that we experience within our family of origin, within our marriages, with our children. It is a very powerful dysfunction in the world. It is one of the core dysfunctions that drives all suffering, is our need for love from the other. And so true love, the true romantic, mythical, magical love that we all want, is this deep inner intimacy with our own uniqueness, with our gifts, with our true nature. It is a divine love affair that we have with the potential that we have within us to fully express our uniqueness into the world. It is not a divine love affair with our potential alone, because our potential is very evolution focused. It is constantly wanting to advance and expand and progress and improve. So if we're having a love affair with that aspect of potential, we become very driven, and we notice that we become a striver rather than a thriver. We're out there trying to continually improve, evolve, develop that potential, which is unlimited, so it will never end. And that's that sense of constantly feeling like you're not enough, you're empty. It doesn't matter how hard you work, you never fully fulfill your potential, and that's the nature of potential. It's unlimited. So this divine love affair is with the potential that we all have to express our unique true nature, our true self out into the world. And that is the primary focus of every human being, is to tap into that inner true nature, those sets of gifts that you have been born with, that inner resourcefulness to live in the world as a mature, discerning and loving human being. That is the driver of true love, is to evolve into this complete, whole, magnetic, illuminated self that is a mature self, that knows how to discern what is right and wrong for them, that has a correct use of your energy, and can therefore enter into all your relationships whole, complete and fully loving, and have no need for the other person to compensate for what you think you don't have. That is the dysfunction. So true love is simply letting go of all those other beliefs you have about love. Let them all fall away. Every relationship you have is simply serving you to get closer and more intimate with your true self. That is the true purpose of relationships, and therefore they're challenging on purpose. They're not supposed to make you feel better like a parent makes a child feel better. They're supposed to wake you up to your inner uniqueness and help you stand for it and grow stronger and wiser and more beautiful and more supple through these relationships. Everything in our lives makes sense when you understand true love, and that our desire, our intention, our need for this love in our life is what's constantly moving us into a more intimate relationship with our true self. So this is really, I guess, the core of all personal transformation. All personal transformation is an invitation to step out of false ways of loving yourself and others, to connect with your higher self, your true self, to develop a loving relationship with that true self, and to grow more intimate with it until you and it become one complete self. So if this sounds exciting, if you're a lover of life, a romantic at heart, a soul adventurer who has always wanted to experience true love in this lifetime, then choosing the path of personal transformation is the only way. It is the way of empowerment. So if this is exciting, check out our free courses or our paid course, The Empowered Way. All of these masterclasses will help you cultivate and develop the skill set you need to walk the path of personal transformation and truly succeed in stepping into that true self, that to experience the unconditional love and to have this a moment of true love in your life. So until next time, take care and love life.